Okay, let's talk about Dren Starr. You spoke earlier about some of the early beginnings you guys had together, but who is Dren for people that may not know him? Like, what has he done in the industry?
So, we came up together as DJs. You know, met him when I was like 14 in junior high school. We were supposed to battle. We ended up making a mixtape out of the battle, yada, yada. Moving forward, we kept that moving. Then when we started the studio after all of the radio and DJing, he started to become a manager. So he started managing Cuban. So that was his first like big managing, situation. And then from there, he just started like
Wait,
moving
what
on
was
that.
this before Gilly became manager or?
Yeah. So this was after 24 Karat when he was like basically performing for those years. After that, all the songs that he had, he would go and do shows all over the country. And Dren would be his manager, making sure that they got the airfare, the hotel, whatever situation situated in that he collected the money at the end of the night or before the venue. And that's what he did. They were doing, multiple shows throughout the week. So he would get sometimes 3 or 4 shows every week. And they, he was charged or whatever. He's getting his 10%. So people started seeing that and was like, oh, he's managing him. You can manage me. So he started managing whoever needed it at the time. He started managing like one of the Killer Army artists, Beretta 9. He go by Kinetic 9 now. But he started managing him. And then, that's basically like the start of him being, because he always was a smart dude. He always knew how to manipulate situations to figure out how we could kind of like conquer this and conquer that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we worked it on some like good levels together because we complemented each other in a lot of ways, like the yin and the yang type of shit. So he became who he became just from spawning off from these situations that we built from a young age, and then he took it to another level with just being like a manager for these different artists.
And what was your guys' like relationship at that time? Because you were like his right hand man, pretty much,
Right
right?
hand. Yeah, yo, I listen. The sentence didn't start or end without both of our names being in it when you spoke to me. So it's like, yo, I'm talking to you about music or business. I'm bringing up both of us. Like, yo, this is Dren Starr and Smooth B. This is Smooth B and Dren Starr. This is Smooth da 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 and Dren. So everything was family. That was like my brother, like on some other level. Like, I don't even think Blood Brothers was doing the shit we was doing together. Like, and that's how I held him. I held him at that level in my mind at all times, you know. And there was some bumpy road moments where I felt like, yo, I don't know if I could keep doing this. You know what I'm saying? Because being, like you said, like I'm saying, brothers, sometimes, you get into little tiffs about this and that, and you have different ways of looking at things. You got to kind of meet on a common ground. I'm a very like humble person when it comes to working with my people. I always try to make sure everybody's happy. And when I feel like I'm a Taurus too, like, you know what I'm saying? If I feel like I'm getting jaded or I'm gonna come at you with them horns out, So, you know, we had a good run, man. But yeah, I put him as a brotherly level in my mind at all times. It was almost like a fucking business marriage, like, you know what I'm saying? Because we had so much tied into each other that I felt like it was not, and even the industry seen it like that. It was people that would come up to us and be like on something like, yo, y'all like a dynamic duo, you know what I mean? And then, as things went on, kind of started dwindling a little bit over the years. Took a long time for it to happen, but it happened. And, we kind of like went our separate ways, but that was
So
because of, yeah,
did you? When did you guys shut down the studio?
2004.
Oh, so
2004.
after Uncle B passed away.
After he passed away, we was trying to hold it together like with each other. That's probably the biggest problem. We just started falling in different ways of life with each other. And it got to a point where I was getting like, I just needed to move on. So I kind of like just moved on. Like I left everything. Like I didn't even look at the equipment and that. Like I just left, man. You know, that's when I moved to the Bronx and I just started a whole new life. You know what I mean?
Did you
And
guys have a conversation before you did that?
nah, that's the crazy shit. It was just like it was kind of falling apart so much between us that it was almost like it was already written on the wall. Like, you know what I mean? And with that being said, I was just like, yo, you know what? I could do this freelance and do my own thing and build my own fortress and be what I need to be for who I always wanted this shit to be with us. It was that for a long time, but it just got to a point where, you know, we just started seeing life in different ways. You know what I mean? Started seeing life in different. We wasn't the team that we was when we came into it. It was kind of like everybody was doing their own thing.
You
And
guys went through so many different phases because you guys met each other like what, 14?
yeah.
So
So
like you went through so many different phases. Okay, we got the radio thing. Now we doing the studio thing. And it's just like, sometimes in the beginning when you're young, you have a similar interest that unites you, but as you age and you grow, you become different people. Do you feel like that's exactly what happened?
um, yeah, and I think some of it had to do with like the whole industry and like you see some people see it like they could do more without you, or they could go farther without you, or I got this connection now, I forged this relationship now, I don't really need you, and it's like, yeah, all right, that's cool, but yeah, we actually need each other. Like that's how this shit works. That's how it's been working. So I think that's what it was too. The evolution of relationships too, kind of like you get pulled over here with this person and pulled over to that person. You feel like, oh, I'm good. I got this situation going on now. I ain't got to worry about that one anymore. So I think that kind of happened too with a lot of it. Like,
So he was more willing to do the industry games and you were not.
oh yeah, for sure. Like, I was just about making this money and working hard at doing it and loving the music that I was making along the way and forging these beautiful relationships with all the people that I got to work with. Like, I wasn't about stepping on nobody to get over to the next level. I like, yo, I want to hold your hand and take you with me and you take me with you type of situation. Like, so it's different when you become an industry cat, then you see the world a little bit differently. And I think that's what happened too. Like became like a little bit more industry, and I was still on my grassroots to just build and destroy, build and destroy. No, I'm not destroying. I'm just building, building, building. And I didn't want that destruction around me anymore. I didn't like the negative energy too that I started feeling like I was getting second guess because I wasn't moving the way you moving. So, all right, I'm gonna stay on my path. You go ahead and move on your path, and we'll figure it out. That's kind of what happened.
Is there anything that stands out in your mind that you can share that was a huge source of your guys' disagreement? Like maybe just a type of business way that he wanted to move and you didn't want to move that way or anything?
Oh man, I don't know, man. There was a lot of little things. It wasn't like nothing really big. It was just a lot of little things.
So a
And
culmination of things.
yeah. I mean, it got to a point like maybe 3 years in where I was like, yo, I'm ready to go my own way, but I'm the type I'm like, yo, I gotta ride this wave until the wheels fall off. Like I gotta see where this could go. I can't give up and let it go and then have any regrets. So I'm gonna just keep dealing with whatever bullshit is coming around me to get to where I know it's either over or we getting to where we gotta be. And it just got to a point where it was like, yeah, this is over. I can't.
So you started already seeing the bullshit early on then into
Yeah.
the
It
business.
was it was a lot of like animosity and little like shots thrown here and there,
So was
things
it
that was
like
said.
passive aggressive stuff? Like he was like
Yeah,
talking to you any kind of way? It was
yeah,
disrespect?
yeah, that was happening. It wasn't nothing in my face like, yo, you a motherfucking asshole, nothing like that. But it was just like, yo, bro, like, yo, I don't think you can accomplish this. Or yo, I don't think you, I don't think you got it in you to do this. And I'm like, then at one point, I remember Cuban that did this song with Swiss Beats. Swizz had produced it. It was Shakedown. And when he did Shakedown,
This is a shakedown.
I wanna yes. So I wanted to mix the track. I wanted to be the mixing engineer on that. Because they recorded it, whatever with me, boom, 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 whatever he did, whatever with Swizz, then he wanted to throw that album to my man Dan the Man. My man Dan the Man is the man. I get it. Yo, he's dude. But how did he become the man? By people giving him opportunities to become the man. So it's like, yo, how you taking that opportunity away from me? Like, yo, here I am. I'm grinding hard for the company. We already 5 years in, and you
But
want
not
to
just
throw
that,
that
but
over there?
you family at this
So
point. I mean,
that right there, that was really like the nail in the coffin for me, where I was like, nah, I can't really move like with somebody that's gonna do that to me. Like, I ain't even care about the money. You know what I'm saying? He got paid for the track to mix it. I didn't really care about the money. I just wanted my name to be on that, you know?
mm.
And that happened to me a couple times with a couple people in the industry. So that wasn't the first time, but to have it happen at home with family, I felt like, wow. I understood why the other dudes did it, because they not family. They doing it just because they want to get over and get to where they gotta go. But you family and you doing me dirty like that, you know? So
Do you think that that's a problem then? Because like when you do business and personal gets mixed into it, you know what I'm saying? That's why they say don't do business with family or like people that you really know and you're good with, because those emotions get into it.
I feel like that if you feel like the person is not up to that level. But if I'm already showing and proving I'm up to that level, and you family, you taking away, then it ain't about us being family. It's that you actually seeing the business in a different way that you shouldn't see it in. You seeing the
Got you.
business in a way that, like, yo, I just want to do it this way because I feel like it's going to sound better. I mean, like, not sound better engineering wise, but it's going to sound better when people see that person's name attached to that.
Oh, got you. Okay, so it's the bigger name, the hype of that, right? Basically, okay, I got you. Yeah,
And that's, like I said, that's not the first time that happened to me. I did a track with somebody that they put somebody else's name on it, and they ain't touched them. They ain't touch it. They ain't touched the record at all. The record came out. They went gold. My name ain't on it, but I know I did it. Everybody that was around know I did it, and the artist that I did it for knows I did it. But hey, that's how it goes. So I said, all right, I let that one pass. But then when this one happened, I was like, nah, man, like that. That's not righteous, bro.
wait,
That's
so
not.
the one with you said that the record came out and your name wasn't on it. Dren did that to
Nah,
you
that
though. He took.
nah, that was somebody else. Like I said, I gave that a
Oh, got
pass
you.
because that's not family. That was somebody I looked at as like, yo, they family. But in all honesty, they were just an artist that I was working with, that he had power and he uses power to put the record on the album and then put somebody else's name on it. That's
Got you.
because, like, I don't want to. I mean, to be frank with you, it was a Wu-Tang Killer Army situation. You know,
Hmm.
now I don't know. At the time, I thought maybe RZA had made that call, but it wasn't RZA. It was his brother. His brother made that call to let somebody else's name go on that, and that's how that went down. And that other members showed me mad love because of that, because they knew, like, yo, that was all you. I wouldn't have did that. I got you though. I'm gonna look out for you from here on because that was foul. I didn't. So I learned from that one. But then when this one happened, I'm like, nah, bro. Like, wow. That wasn't
Right.
supposed to go down like that. You're supposed to hold me down. I hold you down. Like, but whatever. I got you. We ride or die with this. And I ain't see that reciprocated. So, like I
How,
said,
how
that's when
many
the nail.
years would you say that you guys have known each other at this time of that incident happening?
Bro, we talking over 10, going on 15, maybe at least 10 to 15, you
So,
know?
your perspective is like, if you're willing to do that to me after everything that we've been through, then it's kind of like Lord knows what you're gonna be willing to do in the future. Then
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then, like I said, other things was happening with money and other things like that. That was in that situation that I'm like, yeah, you already showed me that this is what you're going to continue to do. So now I can't continue to let that happen to me. So I got to make my move. And that's what I did, you know?